Good morning, everybody. How is it going? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Dominic, here back in my garage. Family. It's what we got? 5:32 PST. Who's with me? How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's having a good week. It is Friday. We are into Hey, where did the banners go? The weekend has started. I mean, end of the week is Friday, right? So, what's everybody up to? How was everybody's week? Good morning. Talk to me. Who's here? Dylan? What's up, Dylan? Dylan is always here in the background, driving. We get to drive with Dylan every day. Where are you at, Dylan? Where are you going? Work, I assume? You work Monday through Friday? Let me know. All right, it's confirmed. Something's going on with my lip this morning, and it's just getting more and more. I don't think it's getting fatter, but it's like numb and like feeling swollen. So just now when I took that sip, it totally felt like I looked inside, like nothing seems to be wrong. Like there's no black and blue spots. I don't think my wife punched me last night while I was sleeping, but I am a snorer, and she has told me that sometimes she gets a little physical to get me to stop snoring, which is fine. I mean, do what you gotta do, girl. I use a breathe strip. I tried mouth taping. It's really hard with the mustache and the beard to do all that. So I don't know. I don't know how to help you, honey, but punch away. But yeah, something's going on right here. So excited to see what that comes. What happens with that this weekend? That should be fun. Um, it is March 7th. All right, let's see. What else? Yesterday I came home. My kids were, I'll just dump into my gratitude. And if you guys want to share your gratitude, please do so to our friends on X and Facebook and YouTube and wherever else the other, I don't know, 15 of you all are. I think if you drop a comment in the comment page, I'll see it. So if you want to chat, you're more than welcome to chat. Otherwise, we're here. I'm normally on Twitch, so you can sign up for Twitch. I'm pretty sure it's free, and that's where our little chat family is, and that's where you'll see most of these comments appear from. Um, but yeah, hit me up or drop something so we can interact and engage. I'm alone right now. I think Jason's coming on shortly, and yeah. So, anyways, where was I? Oh, gratitude. Gratitude. Got to come home yesterday. Home late. I had let's call it a late meeting in a city that I don't normally work in, but it was a referral of a good client I'm working with. So I'm trying to push myself to accept other things. And so the meeting went till about 1:30, which doesn't sound late, but when you're basically in the middle of LA, and not the middle of LA, but like the further end of LA than where you live. So like I'm northeast of LA and I was southwest of in LA. So I had to cross through LA to get home, and man, like the traffic prediction just kept getting worse and worse and worse as I drove. I told my wife, I'm like, hey, don't think I'm gonna be able to pick up our daughter at 4 o'clock. Right now it's saying 3:55. And then all of a sudden it was like, I think I got home at like 4:45. That's how bad traffic was. Didn't help that it was raining, and then for about half the drive it was pouring rain. Um, which I don't know if there's a difference between California pouring rain and other states, but yeah, I got home. This is a long-winded way of saying my gratitude. I got home and it's just great to see the family. Like the wife has been kicking butt at home. She was doing laundry like a mad woman, cleaning the house. She had gone. Good morning, Blaze.
Hey. What
How
is
you
going
doing,
on?
bud? I was just chatting everyone
It,
up.
it, what's today? It is Friday,
Friday, buddy.
March 7th, 2025. We're going into the weekend. What a great day.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Where are you off to? Work now?
We are going to work. It's casual Friday, so I have my jeans on.
Oh shit. Look out, ladies.
I went to private school for the first 10 years of like school, and
Okay.
we always had to wear uniforms. So every now and then you'd have a dress down day where you can wear jeans.
Yeah. Nice.
And yeah, so I feel like a kid again.
Are your kids in private school?
Ah, panic. What were you saying?
Oh, I said, are your kids in private school? Like, are you putting the kids in?
No.
Chat, everybody. I will
Not that there's
DM you
anything.
Blaze's address, and everybody send him phone mounts. Just kidding.
I don't like.
Go on Temu and just send him every single kind. I want 100 phone mounts at his house by next Tuesday.
That would
I'm
be
just
a
kidding.
great account. Somebody like doing like 5-minute videos on different car holder tutorials.
You need to hit up Pokey Scoot. He's probably got 40 of them in his garage.
Oh, Pokey Scoot, hit me up. We're best friends. He only lives 4 hours away. I'm like,
Oh, nice.
I need to make it like a. I'm really inspired by Anne's like IRL trip recently. And I know that there's like 5 different people between like some of the different X community and V friends that like I want to hang out with. So I think I need to make like a hot list of like I'm hanging out with these 5 people this year.
Yeah, we're trying to plan a trip to mirror Anne's to Arizona. It's something that we've been trying to plan because my whole family's in Arizona.
Yeah.
But the weekend that we selected is the like the day after like spring training closes.
Oh.
So everything's sold out, and the one place that my wife really likes, like an Airbnb, like with a pool and all that stuff, it's going to cost like 15 to like 1800 for the weekend, and that just seems like a lot.
Yeah. Is that
So
just for lodging?
yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot.
yeah. So we're debating on changing it. But then like, April's pretty sold out already. Like it's just one of those things. We're trying to figure out how to get out there. And I already hit up all the Arizona family that like Ann hung out with. So they're all aware. And I think I'm going to have to tell them, if Bro Fit's on here. I don't think he's on here yet, but I think I'm going to have to tell him that I got to push the vacation back.
Let me know when you go, because my wife keeps saying since she's been traveling a lot, she wants to like push me out of the house. And my cousin that's lived in Arizona for like 20-25 years, I've never visited him. And again, like all of these things that I'm talking about, I'm assuming that these people want to hang out with me as well.
Yeah, of course. Morning, Jason.
Out to Arizona.
How you doing, bud?
Good. Don't let me interrupt. You guys can continue.
Blaze. We're working on a daily dad's trip to Arizona. That's what he said.
Well, now Dom's probably like, how do I tell Blaze he wasn't invited?
No, I mean, the more the merrier down there. Just like I have my thing is like I have family commitments, and then I think I've expressed that my wife's not like the fondest of like my internet friend relationships. So, I did tell her that I was working on something, and she was very much in the lines of like, is this the whole reason you wanted to go to Arizona? And I'm like, no, I want to see my grandmother. yeah. So anyways, we're all good.
Would you go with the kids or without the kids?
Yeah, the whole family. Yeah, that's why we're trying to like find an Airbnb, because like we after the last 2 trips we've realized that like we can't just stay in like a normal like hotel room. Like we need 2 rooms or like a suite or something like that, because our kids just like they don't all want to sleep on the bed together, you know. Like Bailey's 16, so she wants her own bed essentially. And plus Bailey and Bentley, they move around a lot. So like on a 2 queen room or even a 2 king room, like it's just too hard. So it ends up being like 2 hotel rooms.
Huh.
So Airbnb would just be easier, you know, like a 3-room, 2-room Airbnb with a couch and a pool.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, like now I want to go look at big Airbnbs to see if like, because I want to do an experiment with Bentley and Bryson hanging out, because I think that they're like-minded friends, and then I know my 8-year-old would love to hang out with some older girls.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, our friend group that we have, they have 6-year-old girls, and the 6-year-old girls just absolutely love hanging out with Brooklyn, and she's so good with them too.
That's awesome. And what a great like thing to talk about with the reading today, which is talking about like implanting memories and like inception for your kids. And that's one of the reasons why like I just love all this digital technology, because I mean the servers could always shut down and erase all this data, but unless it's on the blockchain. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. And so we can look back on this, our kids can look back on this. I always think of like right now when my son leaves daycare, there's like a report for the day where it's like, Brody did this, and this today at school. I'm curious, like when my kids are older, will they watch this every day and be like, oh, that's what Dad's talking about or thinking today? Probably not. Probably just make fun of me, but that's okay.
We'll have to like somehow like group it all together and have an AI bot like clip it into like a memories video to be able to like have them, because there's no way I can never imagine, like as busy as we are as compared to as busy as our parents were. I got to imagine our kids going to be as busy as we are when they're older, if not busier. And so them combing through all this videos and data is just a never going to happen kind of thing, unless it were cropped up and chopped up and been like, look at all the, and we sent it to them like, look at, this is what I was doing when you were a kid. You could send this to your therapist and
I mean,
see, I was trying.
I always wonder what all this, like, where is all this going to go? And when are our kids going to stumble upon this?
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, there's my dad when I was 12.
Yeah.
Talking every morning to the screen. Remember when screens were a thing? That's hilarious.
What's today? What day is today? Is it 260? What is 200? What are we at?
I have it at 278, but I'm pretty sure there's some flaws in the numbering system, but that's what I have it at.
That's all right.
That's a good number. So Don, Blaze, I know that I think both of you guys have been reading this book. Have you cycled through an entire year yet, or no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know exactly when I started it, but it was a couple months ago, I think.
Do you have any? Sorry, go, please. Sorry.
I just said I started in June, so I haven't cycled through yet.
That's when
I got it whenever it came out, so I could probably look back to like when it first hit stores, but I got it like the day it came out. I think I got 4 of them the day it came out. So I was like, oh, I'm going to give this to people. And I did. And I did end up giving it to people.
And Dom has the special edition. I
do. I have the blue edition. Suckers.
Nice. With a figurine. Did it come with a figurine as well?
Came with the Lego Brian Holiday.
I wish. No, I mean, there's other, like, have you seen, you guys maybe haven't seen his releases, but he does specialer stuff too. Like if you buy like a certain amount of copies, you can get like a signed, page out of the book, like the original, pages that he wrote. Or I think at one point there was even like get together for a dinner, like a group dinner, like on one of his book releases. But it's like if you buy like 1,000 copies. So there were definitely some Gary V-esque marketing tactics.
I don't need 1,000 of these.
No, I imagine it for some like corporation or,
bookstore.
Yeah, bookstore or someone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would work.
I was reading this last night, and I think it's a good counterpoint to what Don, we were talking about on what was it, Wednesday? About planning like the big events. You know, how we were talking about like being able to plan a bit farther ahead. This page seemed to be like the opposite of that, like making most of the smaller moments, which was something that I remember talking with Blaze with. Like one of the first things we talked about, Blaze, like the first day when Ryan set up that weird setup where it could be him. I remember talking about like the moments that you probably don't remember, but will just kind of come to you at a random time a few years later, like the small memories.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of like the theme of last summer for me, was trying to make the most of the times when things aren't necessarily planned, but still making the most out of them. Like I talked a lot about like going up to the soccer fields with my oldest and just doing long passes and just like the simple pleasure in those things. The things that maybe aren't notable, but build up most of your time. So it was I enjoyed reading this page again to kind of refresh myself on that principle that at one point I was really focusing on.
You have me thinking about all like the little moments with my kids. Like we don't live on an actual like residential block anymore. But when we did in Boston, I just remember my son would love to take his tricycle and ride it around the block. And I remember like, that's a great memory for me, but he was like 3-4, so I'm not sure he'll remember it. And then I'm trying to think, I used to make them pancakes every morning and now I don't. I'm wondering if they'll remember that. But just being there for them.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's hard to know, like, right. It's hard to know what's going to stick and what's not going to stick. Like I was trying to like do like what the page said, which is like, think back to my childhood, like what stuck out. And like, there's no way to predict one way or another, like what of the small stuff is going to stick out. I think it's more just a reminder of like being there and being present, like just in general, like for the small stuff and during the small stuff. If it sticks, it sticks, right? Like, but just a reminder that, parenting doesn't come down to like big events, big decisions, like big monumental occasions, like a graduation or a family photo shoot or anything like that. The stuff that most likely will stick in their heads is going to be, the little thing that you did yesterday. And you may not even remember it right now, but like they'll call it out like 2 years from now and you'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, and so just to like remind yourself that, just being there is usually like enough. Right?
What moment jumped out for you from your childhood?
I don't know. I was trying to think, but stuff wasn't jumping. Mine was like little things like they had this one really fun like trick-or-treating experience one Halloween where my mom's boyfriend at the time, who's now still a really good person in my life, he like dressed up as like an old lady. Like he put like my mom's robe on and put two like boxing gloves in his chest and then just chased us around town like some sort of weirdo. You know, just a simple thing like that. Like he was a very fun and funny person. Like I remember him. That's why he sticks out biggest in my mind as like a fun dad. Like I just remember we had a lot of fun together.
I remember because we moved around a lot as a kid, like always renting different places depending on what was going on financially with my parents. And I know it was always really important to my dad to have like cushion and carpet in the basement so we could like wrestle. And that was just always like a lot of fun. And then one day, just don't do it anymore because they're too big, they're too old, there's not enough time.
Jason,
mine was this is something that we actually talk about when me and my dad reminisce. There was one I remember. I might have been like in middle school or maybe elementary school, and Dad made spaghetti, and we ended up having a spaghetti fight in the kitchen and made an absolute mess.
That's hilarious.
And when I think about that, I'm like, what caused my dad to do that? And part of me is like, was he so just kind of strung out that he was like, I'm gonna throw spaghetti at my kids? You know?
So are we talking like sauce and all?
I don't think it was sauce.
Okay.
That would have been another level.
I would see I like it. I like the idea though, but I see my wife like losing her mind.
Well, do it when she's out of town.
Well, somebody has to clean it up.
Yeah,
kids,
well,
you better clean it up, dude. Like, have you not seen those movies where the high school kids throw a party and then clean it up before the parents come home?
Oh, I had one of those parties, and I did such a good job cleaning up. Do you know how they caught me?
How?
One, somebody like shoved a beer in the couch, and then two, like my friends in high school thought it was cool to smoke cigarettes, and they were putting cigarettes out in the rose bushes, and I thought I picked up all the butts, but they could see the burn marks in the leaves.
Oh man!
They went full on detective, taking out the comb and like combing through stuff.
Damn.
It was a great party though. We did back-to-back nights. We started with the Power Hour.
Just as it was getting good.
His phone censored him for his safety.
I was thinking, Dom, you were talking about like collecting all the tiny clips from the show.
Yeah.
And I texted you guys about I need a like buzzer every time I say the word like.
Oh, okay. Is that what you're referring to?
Well, yeah, I was saying is like if we were to make like a super cut of like of all the times that we did our ticks or whatever it is, we were talking publicly.
Mm-hmm.
Like one cut is all the times that Blaze's phone falls in the car.
Oh man! So what's my tick?
You don't have a tick.
I feel like I adjust and like touch my face too much. Like when I'm in here, like I'm always like moving around and stuff.
Yeah, but
I can't just like sit still and like frame my face and talk to the camera. Like, and I get distracted by like I have a laptop right next to the camera, so I get distracted over here. Like I'll be watching you talk on the laptop instead of on the phone, so I'm not looking directly at the camera, but the laptop is delayed. So I'm like,
yeah, I
your
have
mouth doesn't move at the same speed.
I still haven't set up my space in an efficient manner. It's like I'm kind of like looking all over the place, but I am listening. But no, I don't think you have any tics, and people are listening. I don't think they might not notice you like fidgeting around and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure.
It's just a great exercise in public speaking, I guess.
Gotcha. Do you have a gratitude?
Yeah, we had my oldest 12th birthday last night.
Okay.
she was adamant that she was not a teenager yet, which was a little heartwarming that she's not in a rush to get there.
Yeah, I was curious because you had mentioned her as a teenager, but is 12, because 12 doesn't end in teen, right? Like, so is that considered a teen? Like, I always thought it was 13.
It's like the weird year where they have the mannerisms of both the teenage angst kind of the tweens, the teenage angst kind of starts creeping in. But she asked me to carry her up the stairs like a princess, which was really great because we've talked about like the conversation we've had was like, what are some things that you want me and mom to do that you don't really know how to ask?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that is doing the things that we used to do when they were younger.
Okay.
So
they miss it too.
Yeah, they miss it too. That was 2 nights ago. Last night we did a card. We used to have a habit of playing cards every night, so we did that as a little birthday wrap up for the night, and that was fun.
Awesome. So
thankful that my kid that is a tween still wants to hang out with dad.
Doesn't want to grow up too quickly. Yeah, that's really cool.
What was yours?
I was getting into the long story of my gratitude, and when Blaze jumped on and I got sidetracked, but it was coming home yesterday and coming home to a bunch of little things. One is, I don't know if you've noticed, but I hung a punching bag behind me for the gym.
Yeah.
And so as I'm pulling in the garage, my son just walks out and he's just like hitting the bag. He's like, "Dad, you want to work out?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." So we hit the bag for a little bit. That was cool. And then later in the evening, Brooklyn like just up and did her homework. She's homework really tough with her, but she was doing her homework, and she was even doing, because she has a band thing today, she was doing today's homework too. Because they gave it to her early, or classwork, I guess. And when she does her homework, she sings. So it's like super cute. I love her voice. I love it when she sings. And then the third thing that happened last night was Bentley, his speech is getting so good that now Alexa is recognizing him. So he can control Alexa. So he's like having Alexa turn on music. And then I caught in the reflection, because I was sitting on the couch, I caught in the reflection him and Bailey dancing together to some song. And so it's just like a bunch of little cute moments for me last night.
The little moments that you'll remember.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the Alexa thing, that's weird. My youngest started doing that when she was, I think, 3. You could barely understand her, but Alexa could understand her.
Oh, really? Like Alexa could? Alexa has like a toddler mode?
Yeah, that was weird. And kind of, it's like, this is...
Oh, but it could be a hack. You could be like if you don't understand her, you could be like, well, tell Alexa.
Tell Alexa what you just told me.
Alexa, translate my toddler.
Future coming fast.
All right, everybody, that's your hack. If you got toddlers, get in Alexa. Whew. All right, Friday, off to school.
Yeah, I gotta go. We got 3 dogs. Watching a dog, so I gotta go feed all them.
Gotcha.
Have a
good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy your Friday, your last day.
Same, buddy. Get some punches.
I will. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
See everybody.